Hello and welcome back to the Women's Rugby Show. I'm Sam by the way, and today we're back with episode 2 of the midweek player preview series. This weekend we're off to Worcester against Sale Sharks Women on Sunday. So today we're speaking to Worcester Warriors Women flanker Alex Callender. So here it is. So Alex, first of all, welcome to the Women's Rugby Show. And how are you? What have you been up to in the last couple of weeks?
Yeah, I'm good, thank you. Just basically been rugby training with Worcester and we're still in lockdown away, so I've just been at home online with uni.
How are you finding, to stay away from rugby for a little bit, how are you finding that online learning and online kind of trying to get a life outside of rugby while in lockdown and online teaching, sorry?
Yeah, it's hard. Like to be able to concentrate online for hours. Yeah, it's quite tough, but hopefully now with restrictions like easing, we'll be back in uni before we know it.
So now focusing on rugby, obviously you're at Worcester now. So do you want to tell us a little bit about your career from the start and how you got to where you are at Worcester now?
So I basically started rugby about 4 years ago at a local club, and then it kind of developed through like under 18s programs, and then through an emerging game, I got asked to come and join Worcester, which was about 2 seasons ago now. So I've kind of just stuck with Worcester, and to be honest, like it's just a great club to be a part of, and I love training and I love being a part of the club.
Obviously you made your Wales debut as well in that time. How was that kind of having started so recently to then getting to make your Wales debut? How was that experience for you?
Yeah, it was a whirlwind experience. Like to be able to start rugby and then 2 years later having my first Welsh cap is just, yeah, it's pretty epic. Like to be in, to be competing at such a high level at a young age as well. It's epic. It was epic.
Yeah, so looking into the Premier 15 so far this season, it's been a bit of a mixed one for Worcester. At times it looks like you're going to get the results against those bigger teams, but you haven't quite done it. So what would your assessment of the season so far have been?
Yeah, it's been highs and lows, to be honest. Like I feel like we are going in the right direction. I think it's just nailing those little elements of our game, like executing that final pass or maybe hitting a ruck. But to be honest, we are, like I said, we are going in the right direction, and it'll be a competitive game this weekend against Sale, and we're really looking forward, and we're going in the right direction for this weekend.
What have been kind of some of your favourite moments of the season so far? Obviously, you beat Bristol as a club away. So was that one of the big ones for you so far?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, you could just see from our reaction after the game how much it meant to us. Like we put so much effort into the week of training, and then stepping out as not just as a 15 on the field, but as a 23 and as a unit, as a squad. So to have that, to come away with that win, especially away from home as well, was brilliant.
How have you been preparing going into the Sale game this weekend?
I think we just kind of looked back on our work-ons from Loughborough. We kind of analysed the game and just seen where our elements of we can tweak in our game and just kind of develop them. Obviously, Katie McLean is probably one of their biggest game players, so that would probably be one of our highlights of our game, is to kind of slow down their play and things like that. But we're excited going into the game. We're in a really good place and we've trained really well this week. So fingers crossed we can come away with that great win on the weekend.
I was going to ask who you thought Sale's biggest threats were. So is it just Katie, or do you think there's anyone else?
Yeah, the likes of Lisa Newman on their wing. She's got some pace, great skills. So if they can get the ball out to Lisa, then we're under pressure. But the likes of they come up with their physicality and their ball carriers. So I think it's just stepping up in that defensive line and making those hits, those chop tackles. So for us, it's all to do with our mentality and stepping out in that field to want to win and to get that victory.
You mentioned their threats. So what do you feel like your side's biggest threats are and biggest influences on the result would be?
I'd 100% just say I feel like when we have ball in our hand, we are wanting to go forward. The likes of, Paige on one wing, Laffers on the other. Like, we have threats, we have gas on the outside of in the wide channel. So to be able to exploit those would, it'd benefit us, and to be able to get the ball to those wingers, we'll, execute our game plan.
Looking ahead to kind of the rest of the season, what are the aims for you personally and for Worcester as a whole?
I think it's just to keep developing, really, and to keep our momentum going forward. Like, it's just getting those elements that if we don't do something right in the previous game, we execute those and we get those 100%. For me personally, is just like I said, like, developing as well. Like, I'm still young, so to be able to get that starting shirt with Worcester is a gain line for me every week. So I just pushing myself and challenging myself against the other back rowers in different teams.
Away from the Premier 15s, obviously the World Cup's being pushed back, or is being suggested to be pushed back. So is that now an even bigger aim for you to have it in your sights for 2022?
Yeah, 100%. I mean, I'm always looking for that extra work and looking to improve myself. So, it kind of benefits all teams as well as just individuals, because teams have longer to train together, etc. But I feel like for me, it is one of those long-term goals, and I'll be pushing myself and developing myself even more now, ready for that World Cup in 2022.
And obviously in the Premier 15s this season, the rules have been a little bit strange. It's been a bit stop-starty at times. So how have you found it playing in the one with the new rules and under the conditions of no crowds and quite quiet grounds at times?
Yeah, the rules are pretty weird, I should say. I mean, the whole tap and go on a free kick and etc. like that. I do like the scrums. You can have a rest in the scrums as a back rower anyway. But yeah, it's different, but we're all adapting to it, which is good. Like, the tempo of the game is quicker. But obviously the no crowd situation is pretty. I mean, it's a bit gutting that we can't have crowds in, but especially at Six Ways, like when we have a crowd of Six Ways, it's brilliant to be a part of. So, we're looking forward to getting the crowds back at Six Ways and at other stadiums as well. So that's something we can all look forward to.
Perfect. I think that's everything from me. So thanks a lot for taking time out of your day to speak to us, and hopefully we'll speak to you again on Sunday as well.
Yeah, brilliant. Thank you so much for having me on.
A big thank you to Alex for joining us today. Great to chat about the rest of the season and the season so far. So good luck to them, good luck to Alex, and good luck to Worcester on Sunday. And thank you all for watching. Before you go, make sure you like this video, subscribe to the Women's Rugby Show on YouTube, and follow us across all social medias. Cheers, and we'll see you again soon.